Hi, in this video we're going to have a look at equations with variables on both sides. That means that on both sides of the equal sign, there's going to be a term with a letter. So as you can see here, there's a 5x on this side, the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side there's a 4x. In question 2, there's a 6y here, and a 3y on this side of the equal sign. So our goal is to still, for example, in question 1, get x equals something. And in question 2, our last line is going to be y equals something. So that should be a 6y there. So the first step is to move the terms with the variables, the letters, to the left-hand side. So what we're going to do here is, I'm going to move this 4x over to this side of the equal sign, because I want to have both the x terms over there on one side. So I'm not going to move the 5x, so let's write 5x first. And what's the opposite of 4x? It's minus 4x. So our rules of solving one-step equations, two-step equations still apply. The same rules. When you move something to the other side, you do the opposite. So now I'm going to move the numbers to the right-hand side. 10's already over there. Let's move this plus 2 over to the other side. So I want you circling, drawing your arrows over to the other side. Now what number do we write first? You write down the number we don't move. Just like we didn't move 5x, so I wrote that one first. I'm not moving 10, so I'm writing that one first. What's the opposite of plus 2? It's minus 2. So just to recap, our goal is to move the letters, the x's in this case, the variables, to the left-hand side, and the numbers to the right-hand side. And we've successfully done that. Now let's say to ourselves, what is 5x minus 4x? Well, 5 minus 4 is 1, that is 1x, but we can just put x. 10 minus 2 is 8. So this is nice there, x equals 8. Now, you don't need to write this, but let's just write the question again. I'm just rewriting the question again from the top here. We've said x equals 8. X equals 8. Why don't we go and put in x equals 8 into these equations and substitute in here to see if we've done it correctly. So on this side, we've got 5 times 8 plus 2 equals on this side 4 times 8 plus 10. 5 8s are 40 plus 2. 4 8s are 32 plus 10. 40 plus 2 is 42. 32 plus 10 is 42. And what do you know? 42 does equal 42. So that means x equals 8. And in a test, you get marks for your working and for this answer x equals 8. You technically don't get marks for this checking, but why wouldn't you do it? You're checking you've done it correctly. You're pretty much marking yourself, and you'd be confident to move on to the next question. You know you're getting those marks. Let's jump over to question 2. First step, let's move the y terms to the left-hand side. 6y is there already, so we just need to move this 3y over here. We write the 6y first because we didn't move it. What is the opposite of plus 3y? It's minus 3y. Very nice. Let's move the numbers to the right-hand side. The minus 10's already over there, so we just need to move this plus 2 over here. So we write down the minus 10 first because that's already there. Remember, the minus there belongs to that 10. That's minus 10. What's the opposite of plus 2? It's minus 2. Now we say to ourselves, what is 6y minus 3y? Well, 6 minus 3 is 3. They're y terms, so it's 3y. Negative 10, take away another negative 2. Negative 10, take away 2 is negative 12. And you can use your calculator there to help you. What symbol's in between the 3 and the y? We know this is 3 times y. So what's the opposite of timesing by 3? It's dividing by 3. And I draw my arrow on purpose underneath the minus 12. Oops, we'll just get the black ink there. I purposely draw this arrow underneath here because it reminds me to do a fraction, to put the 3 underneath the minus 12. Because a fraction's a division, and the opposite of times by 3 is divide by 3. Y equals negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. Now here you could go again and go and do this checking. However, just for this video time and saving time, you can do that on your own. Let's go do one more example. Here we've got 3 in brackets, x minus 2 equals 2x plus 5. Just because there's brackets here, don't worry, we have to do just one little extra step. And what is that step? That's right, we need to expand. Expanding will get rid of those brackets. So we say to ourselves, what is 3 times x? That's just 3x. What is 3 times negative 2, or positive times a negative? 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So put negative 6. Now we just write down all this, we just move it down, 2x plus 5. So you can see now this question, 3x minus 6 equals 2x plus 5, that just looks like the two we've done already. So don't worry about those brackets, you just expand it, and then it will just look like what we've already done. So what do we have to do first? We need to move the x terms to the left-hand side. So we're going to move this one over here. 3x was there first, so put it there first. We didn't move that. What's the opposite of plus 2x? It's minus 2x. Let's move the numbers to the other side, the right-hand side. I'm circling the minus 6. The negative belongs to that 6. What number was there already that we didn't move? The 5 was there already on that side, so put that first. What's the opposite of minus 6? It's plus 6. 3x minus 2x. 3 minus 2 is 1. That's 1x, or just x. 5 plus 6 is 11. X equals 11. And you could go and substitute it in, just like we did up here. Okay, so if you want to put some steps here, let's put them here. Step 1. Move the variables to the left-hand side. Step 2, move the numbers to the right-hand side. So the variables, I mean the terms with the letters. Then the numbers, I mean the terms, just the numbers on their own with no variables. Step 3, okay, you just need to simplify and solve. Simplify and solve. Circling the numbers, thinking about the opposite, you need to do that just like when we do 1-step and 2-step equations. But that's it for this video. Well done.